Welcome to this week's edition of Bolton In. And fair dinkum, it's a case of the last man and woman standing here. And our man Chris Roots, the big Rooter, are you still here, big fella? It's only us two this week, mate. How you going?
Yeah, not too bad. Adam obviously doesn't want to be seen. He's still coming to terms with what Cosmic Crusader did last week,
Oh.
and it was a hard watch, that Carbine Club.
Yeah, absolutely. In particular, because you boys had some big bets going in. Cosmic Crusader doesn't get a run on the railway and then absolutely devours them. Yeah, it was a hard watch, that is for sure. Ruda, we stick to Perth this weekend. Of course, it is the Winterbottom Stakes. It is the Group 1 that we will be looking at. And then at Caulfield, the Zipping Classic will be the feature race, the Group 2, which is a cracking addition as well, mate. And all in all, I think weather in Perth looks magnificent. Weather in Melbourne looks fine. Should be a good weekend of racing.
Yeah, that we don't get many weekends off these days, do we? There's always a nice race somewhere in the world, and we've got Japan Cup on in Japan on Sunday. So I'm sure the punters will find something to bet on, and the Winterbottom. Well, it looks like the local against the adopted local, doesn't it?
Yeah, and we're talking about Joker's Grin, who is the palm bet favourite at $2.50. Overpass, 4 from 5 at the track. Absolutely smokes when it gets over to WA, $2.60. Ray Magnerio been in good nick this preparation at $9. Luana Miss at $10. Roped them in at $13. Oscar's Fortune thought was good last start at $17. Benedetta, another Victorian Raider at $17. Libertad from the Annabelle and Rob Archibald stable at $31. Rita, what do you think? Is it a two-horse race like the Palmer bet has it?
Yeah, it's what you believe, Now, Overpass, when he goes there, he goes and controls races, and there's no doubt he leads. And his two main dangers in the betting are both back markers. So it'll be what he can get away with by controlling the speed. If he goes like he did in the Everest, where he didn't go as fast as everyone thought he would, and did the best for him and ran fourth that day to Colleen Rising, he'll be very hard to run down. But just think this Joker's Grin might be something out of the box. I think we'll probably see him over here in the east eventually. We'll have to just look at him from afar from now. I think he's the sort of horse that's got a big stride and a huge turn of foot. I spoke to Paddy Carberry today, and he said he's better than Amelia's Jewel. Now, there's a wrap for you.
Wow, that's huge.
And you're just looking at it. He's the one on the way up. Overpass has been there and done that. I know he's won the last two, but I think the locals might be roaring come Saturday afternoon. I've got him on top. I think the scratchings actually help him, because I think it sort of gives him a spot a lot closer to Overpass than what he was going to get. I think he'll just accelerate, and he runs phenomenal sectionals late, and Paddy Carberry gets on him with him so well. I think he's definitely the one to beat. Ray Banderio, no one missed him when he was taking the slalom course down the Flemington Straight there, and I think he'll be in the finish. I think he can get past Overpass. I think if you're going to be against one of them, you've really got to be against them in these races. So that's my way of thinking. If I'm going to be against either Joker's Grin or Overpass, I'm going to leave them out totally. So Joker's Grin for me, and hopefully the locals are cheering.
Mate, I'm going against exactly the same thought process. I had to pick one, and I reckon that run of Overpass the Everest, I thought it was a great run. It's good enough to win this race, and 4 from 5 at the track. That's the thing. It just seems to grow a leg when it goes over to WA. Bjorn Baker, he's airborne, and I'm happy to be playing and taking the $2.60 at Palmer bet for Overpass. Can't knock Joker's Grin, but as you said, Ruda, gonna get back, gonna need a bit of luck. Will something else take on Overpass? Will they go helter skelter? We're not too sure. And the locals might conjure something up together, Ruda, and make it a winning chance, Joker's Grin, but to be that one storming over the top. But Ray will be storming as well. My value bet repossession, I reckon the Gang Jimmy team, they can get one up at a price. It's $81 at Palmer bet, and $11 just to run a drum. It was a nice run last start, and if there's one at a price, I reckon that is it. And happy to play around that way. Hey, listen, let's go to Caulfield for the Zipping Classic. As I said, it is the Group 2 over the 2,400 metres. And the Palmer bet market, She's a Hustler, is our favourite from the Grain Beg Yard at $3.90. Line Infantryman from Kieran Marr at $4. Alec Lance at $4.40. Kovalica at $7, Etna Rosser at $9.50, Berkshire Breeze at $10, Alenka at $21, Smoking Romans 26, Braden Star 34, Star Vega 34. An interpretation I want to get to at $51. Ruder. This should be a genuine 2,400 metre staying test, you would imagine.
Yeah, I think so. And when you look at this race, these sort of lower grade weight for age races, you look for the horse that is the weight for age horse in the race, and that to my eyes, Light Infantry Man. It won a Northerly this time last year. This year, its last two starts, it was beaten 3 lengths in a Cox Plate when it led, and then on that very wet track, it ended up running fifth there, beaten 5 lengths by Via that day. None of the others hold form like that in this race. I think it's the one to beat. I just want to be with the horse that's shown it's been at that top level, and it's the one stepping back in grade here. And I just think it's going to be very hard to beat. Going along your line of thinking, I think Berkshire Breeze is always at one stage was a Melbourne Cup favourite there a couple of years ago. It was when it was coming through the grades. I think it'll run the 2,400 metres, and I think it's the value in the race. I've fallen out of love with Kovalica. I've been there for a long time and been very patient waiting for the next win, but it just doesn't seem to come.
Hey, Ruda, I reckon this is such an intriguing race, and Kieran Maher's such a great trainer of stays. He's got 5 runners. Chris Waller's got a couple. He's so hard to beat in these feature races, Kieran Maher, when he sets a horse for a staying distance. In saying that, I've actually settled on the Gay Waterhouse Adrian Bott horse, Elika Lance, at $4.40. I thought this horse was a really nice run. Unsuitable heavy track, I reckon, first up resuming. But if you go back a couple of preparations, I thought this horse showed a heap of ability. And the money early suggests 550 into that $4.40 mark suggests that this horse is going to run a nice race. Craig Williams goes on. I reckon he'll get a beautiful run in behind the speed. I don't think we'll lead him up. I reckon just get a beautiful suck run, and I reckon might be hard to hold out. And the one I've chucked in at a price, big fella, interpretation. Go and have a look at this horse's run. I'm pretty sure it was Bendigo last start. It was absolutely enormous. It was smoking late. And it should not be the price. T.O. Nugent coming off the back of 4 last Saturday to Tura. He's in good nick, and it's at $51 and $10 a place. So interpretation for mine is the little blowout smoky chance to be that horse that might be charging over the line and's got that Kieran Maher polish on. What else are we doing over the weekend? All thanks to Palmerbet, big fella. Where are you thinking, mate? You've been seeing them like beach balls, buddy.
Yeah, a bit of a hiccup last week with 2 seconds running in photos, but short and sweet this week. I just like a couple that are well found in the market, but I think they found their right race. I think Strawberry Impact. Sydney hit a flat spot last time, but kept going up to 2,000 metres. I think this is where it's going to be at its best. It's $3 early on. I think race 2, number 9, Strawberry Impact can run a huge race. And I don't think anyone missed Frosty Girl last start and the trouble it found itself in against the wall of horses in about a 6-horse race. So Nash goes on 1,400 metres. I think he'll just ride it like Nash does, and a little bit of early money for it. It's around the even money mark, but I think it'll be a nice way to finish the day. And then there's one in Brisbane that I think we'll be talking about around Stradbroke time, and its name is Boomtown Boss. It's in race 8, number 9. Still down in the weights. Its win first up was of a very good horse and that very firm track at Eagle Farm. Goes to Doomben. I think it'll do the same thing again. And I believe it's going towards the Wave. I think the race is that gets you into the Stradbroke. So keep your eye on it. I think Tony Gollan's got a very high opinion of this horse. He thinks it could be along the lines of his Freedom Rallies and Transatlantics. It's sort of going along those lines.
Love it, mate. And I love the confidence oozing out of you too this weekend. For those followers that have been following this whole spring carnival, you should have pockets full if you've been following Ruder ads and also Laura Lafferty on this Bolton End podcast. I'm going back to Caulfield, mate, and I like a couple on Saturday. Race 7, number 5, Poison Chalice. This horse for mine was really, really impressive late. Zara goes on $3.70. I reckon you're going to get a good run for your money. And the Pushka team is going well at the moment. And then there's a horse in the last. This horse won enormous on Melbourne Cup Day, last race of the day, Persian Spirit from the Simon Wildyard. I reckon it's got a really nice race in it, and it had a jump out at Camperdown last Thursday, and it was the best jump out of the day. And this horse is purring along beautifully well. So it's currently at $5 at Palmer Bet. So race 10, number 13, Persian Spirit. Download the Palmer Bet app. Get involved. Bookies Bag 2.0. There's plenty of goodies in there, and it's a really simple and easy app to get around, that is for sure. And I reckon we're going to have to, by next spring, we're going to have to get Rooter and Ads and Laura's Best Bets up there in that Palmer Bet app each and every Saturday, big fella. How's that sound, mate?
Well, a bit of responsibility. It's not that you sort of want them to forget them when they get beat, don't you?
Absolutely, you do, mate. Hey, listen, as I said, it is all at Ascot this weekend, the Group 1 racing. And then Japan Cup on Sunday, which will be an absolute cracking edition there as well. But it is going to be another big week of racing. And then next Saturday goes the Ballarat Cup, which will be exciting. And then we're not too far, a special edition of Bolton in, the Hong Kong International. This is going to be huge, Rooter.
Yeah, I think we've got a very special guest from Hong Kong. Hats Aiken's coming on board for the thing. So be on your best behaviour because he will shorten you up.
I look forward to it, that is for sure. Hey, mate, you have a wonderful week, and hopefully we've got plenty of winners for the Palmer Bet Bolton in followers.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.